Good evening. Welcome to our leadership meeting. It's the first one we've had in a while, and as you'll notice, we're not making the most of the easing of restrictions by sitting right next to each other. But we are on Zoom. Rod, why are we on Zoom?
Yeah, we're on Zoom because unfortunately one of my family members tested positive for COVID last week, and so we're all having to self-isolate. The person concerned isn't too badly unwell, so that's good. They're slowly getting better, which is great. The rest of us haven't come out with any symptoms, which is also fantastic. But for 10 days, we have to stay at home. We can't leave the house, or we can obviously go in the garden, which is nice to have in this lovely weather. So we've been outside a lot, but unfortunately, it's for us. It's a 10-day lockdown, quite a strict one. And I know a few other people have also been experiencing these lockdowns at the moment. So yeah, it's quite tough, but it's great. We've got Zoom and we can chat and we can still do lean in, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Although you have missed out on this glorious weekend of weather, being able to get down the beach.
I really wanted to be on the beach yesterday. I really wanted to be down there, but there's just like we didn't even got a paddling pool. The best it got for me is I filled a bucket full of cold water and put my feet in it. That was as good as it got. And I could hear the seagulls flying around. So,
well, to those watching, I hope you've had a good weekend and managed to enjoy the sun and maybe the sea at some point. But tonight, we just wanted to talk to you about what's happening now. Restrictions have eased, and so obviously shops and things are carrying on much the same with masks and social distancing. But we just wanted to let you know what we're doing as Redeemer over the next, how this next season for us, I guess, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So especially on Sunday mornings, and so for Sundays, we are going to continue to ask people to sign up. Just it's really helpful for us to know who's coming, how many people are coming, because we still want to just be mindful of COVID. The cases are rising. We want to protect people, keep people safe, and that's so for all of the reasons that we're going to talk to you about. The reasons we're doing it is because we want to just serve the more vulnerable who come on a Sunday, and we want to just help those who are cautious, just to be able to come back and meet in person. Although obviously you can catch up with the preachers online. We'd love you to be part of our worship and our times of prayer together. And so we just want to help you come in. So those of you who are thinking, maybe there's lots of people like this. I just want to get rid of masks. I want to do all these other things. And there's lots of us who think that, but we want to think of everyone in the church family, our brothers and sisters, and think how can we serve them. So we're going to ask you to sign up. The room that I'm sitting in now, it can hold over 300 people if there was no social distancing or anything seated, but we're just going to keep it at 50% capacity just to make sure there is some space. And so we're going to have 150 spaces available to sign up for on a Sunday, which will feel great. And so if you haven't been back yet, we would love to see you. We'd love to have the full 150 to be able to worship together on a Sunday. So 50% capacity. You can sign up on the church website. Rod, what else is?
And obviously the chairs will be spaced accordingly in the building. So it means we should have some nice wide aisles and nice wide spaces front and back. But we won't be asking for any other social distancing actually on the morning. But obviously you're very welcome to sit in a corner or on a side if you want to do that. But obviously, yes, the other big thing is masks. And although there's no longer a legal requirement to wear the masks, we're going to ask people that come along on a Sunday to carry on wearing a mask or a visor if that's your preferred item. Carry on wearing those for the time being, because obviously the virus is still out there. The rates are actually going up. I know it. That's why I'm self-isolating right now. And so we want to be mindful of people who are vulnerable, because some people are still more vulnerable to the virus, even if they've been vaccinated. Other people just nervous. I mean, it is just I think if I was in a really crowded space, I would feel very nervous right now. Who's around me? We just got to get used to being back together again. We've got to get familiar again with being in a larger group. And so we're going to ask you to carry on wearing your mask. So if you come with your mask already on, when you come to the Gilbourne, and then keep your mask on for the first part of the meeting and during the first part of the worship. But then when you sit down and listen to the preach, and in fact the lean-in or any other video that we've got showing up there, if you're sitting down, we're happy for you to take your mask off for that period of time. But then when we stand again to sing, we would ask you to put your mask back on again, and then actually keep it on at the end when you're chatting with people at the end, or when you're leaving, so that we're just being aware and considerate for people, for everybody, because the mask is not really about protecting you, it's about actually protecting other people from you. So it's something you do for other people. It's not you don't do it for yourself, you're doing it for others. So it's the care of other people. So that's what we feel is the right way forward for the time being.
Yeah, and it's not my ideal way to sing. I wouldn't necessarily choose to have my mask on to sing, but I just can't wait to be able to sing. And when I'm, for whoever's leading the band on stage, to be able to look out and see people, to hear voices joining with the band will just be so nice. And so we're looking forward to being able to do that. Also on a Sunday, this Sunday, you may have seen it if you on our emails, you may have seen that some kids work is starting. So Pathfinders, which is our for 3 and 4 year olds, is beginning. So we've already had the back room, which is just over here, available for babies, little ones to go to if they are struggling in the meeting, and there's been some toys out there that will continue for the time being. And we just wanted to help the next age on, so that's the 3 and 4 year olds. And so Ulrika, who leads that team, she has organised her lovely volunteers, and they're going to be serving that age group. So if you've got 3 and 4 year olds, you'll be able to bring your kids before the meeting starts at 10:30 in the auditorium. You'll be able to take your kids over to the kids work room, which is over the other side of the atrium, and they will be looked after and served and have loads of fun with the Pathfinders team. And then hopefully as we fill up teams, we'll be able to add more and more kids work, but the rest of the kids will be staying in the meeting or be able to go out to the breakout.
Isn't it great that we can start some of the children's work? That's really exciting. And I know the children will love it when they can start meeting again. And you have to you book up online as well, so you book your children in online, because again we're limited because there's obviously certain ratios that of children we're allowed to have per adults, and so we're not allowed to go beyond those ratios. And so there is a limit to the children that we can have. So we're not going to be able to extend that age range, unfortunately. So it's going to have to stick to 3 and 4 year olds to the Pathfinder age. That's why we want to do it online, so that when you've registered online, there's a place for your child. If for any reason you didn't come on a Sunday, or you knew in advance you weren't able to come, we would ask you to unbook them in some way, or at least let us know at bare minimum, so that we know we've got 1 or 2 spaces, because they may be needed on the morning. So but I think we'll be able to have 12 kids, which should be enough for that age group in that room on a Sunday. And so it's just like you said, Rod, it'll be great to actually start some like form of kids work, which we're really grateful to Ulrika and the team. So thank you so much, you guys. And if you want to sign up for children's work, children and youth work, please do. Please fill out a form on the website. We are, teams are slowly growing, but we're still some way off being able to populate teams the way we want to. And we'd love to get adventurers up and running as soon as we can, which is the next age group up. So we're looking to do that when we can, but at the moment we don't have the volunteers for that.
And just on that, I was talking about our Sundays. At the moment we don't have tea and coffee before we gather on a Sunday morning, and so again that's something we'd love to do in the autumn, but at the moment it's just not possible for having people on teams, but also just the way we're going to do our Sundays with trying to just ease people back into being together and helping those who are a bit more cautious and or potentially who are more vulnerable. We're just trying to be wise with how we do things. And so we definitely want that back. So don't think we don't want tea and coffee. We're not into that kind of thing as Redeem and Hour in the Gilbourne. I love tea and coffee times.
Absolutely.
I love being able to chat to people. So that is coming. It is coming.
It's coming. Yeah. Again, it's such a valuable time, isn't it? When you network and chat and renew friendships, make new friendships. So we definitely want that.
Yeah.
As soon as we can, we will.
Yeah.
So the weather has been absolutely lovely recently. Hope you've been enjoying that. And so because it's summertime, what we like to do is we like to gather socially in the summer. And so we've set aside 3 Sundays, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd of August. And assuming the weather is good, because if it's absolutely chucking it down with rain, this won't really work. But we're hoping to have 3 gardens where we can meet, one in each of those Sundays, and just hang out together, really. Just have tea, coffee, other sorts of drinks, maybe there'll be some wine even, I don't know, soft drinks. And there will be cakes and biscuits and whatever. It's just to hang out for the afternoon together outside. We're not having any limit on the number of people. Come if you want to come. Children very, very welcome. But it'll be just lovely to hang out again. We weren't able to do this last summer, and I really missed it, because I love in the summer just being able to just sit, relax, and just chat to people during the afternoon. And you end up renewing friendships, making new friendships. It's just a nice way to hang out. So the second, third, and fourth Sundays in August. And we'll let you know the venues nearer the time.
Yeah, that would be such a great way just to be able to spend time together. Outdoors. We don't need a masks on. We don't. We can, just enjoy time together as a church family. So I can't like you, Rod. I can't wait for those.
Yeah,
that'd be great. And so something else happening in September. So just a couple of things in September. We are going to gather for a family night here at the Gilbourne Centre on Sunday, the 12th of September, in the evening. So obviously we'll meet in the morning as normal, but we'll gather again in the evening as a church family. So I'd really encourage you, if you are a couple, if you can get a babysitter, we'd love to see you both. We'd love to see you both there on that night, where we just talk about a bit of the vision for what we're going to be doing this next year. We want to talk to you about money and where we're at with our budget this current year, but also what we're looking to from September onwards, and talk about teams and all sorts of things. And so it'll be really great to be able to gather together, and we'll worship and we'll pray as well.
Yeah, and a great opportunity for you to ask questions, which you may have some, obviously. So, so it should be. These are important evenings, aren't they? Because we can talk about things that really just don't really work on a Sunday morning when we're having a kind of a worship meeting and a preach. So so do get along if you can on the 12th of September, and again we'll publicize it nearer the time.
Yeah.
And then the week after, we are going to have baptisms on the 19th of September. Isn't that amazing? We're going to have them in the sea because it's kind of like tail end of summer. So I think actually September is probably the warmest month for the sea. It's August or September, isn't it? So hopefully not too cold. And we're going to do that after our Sunday morning time in the Gilbourne. So if you haven't been baptized, you're a Christian, you haven't been baptized, you want to get baptized, please get in contact with us. And we'd love to chat to you about that, and obviously talk about what it means and help you understand the importance of baptism. But if you can set that date aside, and then afterwards, again, weather permitting, but hopefully it can still be really nice in September. So hopefully after the baptisms, we can come back, and maybe in Stane Gardens, we can all have a picnic together outside. I think the baptisms will be around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, looking at the tides. So that should be fantastic. So we've got how many people already we've got lined up for this, Joel?
I think there are 2, potentially 3 people already. Yeah. So if you haven't been baptized, you're a follower of Jesus, then do let us know. We'd love to speak to you about it, explain to you, like Rod said, why baptism is important and why we do it. So we'd love to baptize you. Yeah,
fantastic. And groups are finishing, aren't they? Is this the last week, Joel, or was it last?
Groups finished last week.
Yeah.
But if you are interested, we're going to start groups again in September. And so if you are interested in leading a group and being a group leader, the group leaders we've had, maybe some of them will continue, but a lot of them have served over the last year and done such a fantastic job. So we'll have a new lot of groups starting in September. If you'd like to lead one, if you're interested in that, then you can get in touch with us, hello@Redeemer. we'd love to talk to you about it. We'd love to talk to you about why we do them and how they work. We love a new, enthusiastic, passionate set of leaders who are going to carry on the fantastic job that the guys have done over this last year.
Brilliant. Yeah, and groups have been such a lifeline to us, and so they just continue to be so important to Redeemer Church life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Well, it has been nice to do a lead-in after a couple of months of not doing any, but we just wanted. It's just been a weird time where stuff has been changing so quickly, and we thought we'll be in this position now, and we're not. And so here we are. We've got plans for the summer. And then we'll just be kind of constantly reviewing what's happening in like with guidelines and cases and all those kind of things.
And if you're wondering about the launch for Redeemer and Rooms, we are going to be doing that in October. So we'll tell you more about that in September, but we're going to go for a big launch in October. So watch this space.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Great. Well, we would love to see you on Sunday. You can sign up on the website.
Yep.
You can come and you can sing, and we're going to have a great time together. We'd love to see you there.
Okay, then. Bye.
Bye, everyone.